What's up, everybody? Jordan Stewart here from Vover. Thanks so much for tapping into the Vover original show. Just a reminder that if you want to drop your opinions about the episode or respond to the host and guests with your voice, go and download the Vover app wherever you get your apps. Vover, voice over everything. Enjoyed the show.
Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred has put a stamp on how he intends for the majors to move forward in the years and decades ahead. But is this making baseball at the highest level bend too much to conform to current entertainment trends? This Vover Sports Daily exploring the topic as we head into the second half of the Major League Baseball season. I'm Laurence Scott, and of course it's not the numerical second half per se as we exit the All-Star break. All teams already passing that 81-game mark as the Yankees and Red Sox renew their rivalry as the sole game on this Thursday. And we reflect for a moment on what was a souped-up All-Star event in Denver, moved from Atlanta with MLB and sponsors alert to state politics and voting rights, and like the NBA did with an All-Star game in North Carolina a few years back, making the move to another host city as Rob Manfred has been progressive about a lot since taking over from Bud Selig. And for baseball to stay ahead of the curve with cultural relevancy, this is a dance, often not so elegant, but a dance requiring coordination. Thus, his tenure has seen a way more concerted effort to blend the digital age with the analog elements that keep baseball's longtime fan base comfortable. As you see in life, evolution is obviously key to staying competitive, and especially this is the case in the global sports landscape, as perhaps just behind soccer and basketball, baseball has a global appeal that even the NFL is working toward. But in the U.S., star power has been a concern. When, Mickey Mantle or Willie Mays walked down the street in the 50s or 60s, they would be recognized at the same level then as Tom Brady or LeBron James today. But until these past couple of years, Major League stars were harder to recognize out of uniform, and this All-Star event made it clear that the MLB brass are getting serious about individual player marketing, with family connections being made in a generational sense. The Tatis, Guerrero, and Bichette family ties to the event come to mind. But, most evident was the push towards spotlighting Fernando Tatis Jr. and Shohei Ohtani as global stars in the making, with Vlad Jr. grabbing some of the spotlight as MVP. And MLB's willingness to embrace gold chains and take a less conservative tact is clear to those who have been watching for decades and distinctly remember when Vlad Sr. was a rookie. For longtime fans like those, currently speaking, who went to see the Padres in the 98 World Series, for instance, seeing an electric talent like Tatis Jr. celebrated in San Diego and beyond as a bilingual contributor towards selling the game globally with a true smile. It's a breath of fresh air, and media partners have been let loose with getting creative about helping in these efforts. And then there's the dance that we mentioned that Manfred has to manage in getting the steps correct so as not to trip over one's own feet. So Adam Silver at All-Star weekends and at the start of a finals, and Roger Goodell at the Super Bowl are noted for their State of the Union style national press corps addresses and Q&As, and Manfred part of something similar in Denver, noting, we may have made too many COVID adjustments. Last season was a doozy with positive tests and postponed games. So the 7-inning games on doubleheader days needs revisiting, and this runner on second to start extra innings does as well. But there's this one topic that Manfred projected upon becoming commissioner, and George Will, for instance, conveniently premeditated in the Washington Post several days back as well before Manfred's latest comments, and that's regarding the defensive shift as something that may be managed better. And I don't know, this is mind-boggling to many old school fans and some young fans as well, but at the crux of the issue for baseball, who just, a few years back put a clock on some of the aspects of the games, they just do not want baseball and boring to be synonymous. But here's the thing. Yes, batting averages are lower. Yes, with such extreme shifts dictated by a much more focused approach to analytics, not just a manager of bench coach's gut. We have seen batters adjust by swinging for the fences as an answer to defenses, but taking any strategy out of the game is the rub, and it's raw because what is baseball if not strategy-based? A cat and mouse game where, I don't know, short of banging trash cans in Houston, the advantage is not getting caught or having the best recon. And football, has a lot of warlike parallels. Baseball has, pretty much just as many, with contact being at the crux of things. It's not helmet to helmet, but instead bat and ball. And trying to make baseball more entertaining is a tricky dance. And if more runs equals more entertainment, then I don't know, should FIFA or the NHL consider widening the goal? I mean, bringing a new generation of fans inside the strategy with some show and tell is a hopefully more holistic approach to some of the challenges here. And I'm not buying that people no longer have the attention span. I mean, it might come down to continually working to adjust the presentation, not necessarily the strategic elements, even if that strategy is getting in the way of a supposed good time. We do hope you enjoy the run to the postseason, as here on Vover Sports, we also will be following along right there with you.
Vover!